And we are go. So today we will be working with A, pair of scissors, B, turning up my brightness so I can see what you guys are able to see because I keep my brightness low, and C, Bottleman Dragogina. I can't pronounce it for the life of me. You're just gonna have to forgive me on that one. Showed it off a bit in yesterday's stream, but comes with some bottle caps, one of which is to put on the head, has a little dragon decal on it, which I really like. And I was expecting it to come on runners so that it would just like you snip them off and put it together the same way you would a Gundam, but no, comes like Lego, where it's just all the parts are loose inside packaging, which is just lovely, really. So I've got all the parts for it, the sticker sheet and instruction manual. So that's the first thing we'll be snipping out in order to get going. So the sticker sheet has the 2 red eyes, some decals for the face, the name, the brand, and just some other decals for along the dude. And put that to the side for now. The instruction manual comes with not only a long list of instructions on how to build this man, but also how to equip his parts onto a different one in order to turn his 2 wings into a barrel for another dude, how to upgrade him using a different one's parts here, and then how to make some games out of the stuff. One of the interesting things with him is because of the way he's built, he can swap out the swap out feature means he can swap out his front legs with the feet and claws of a lobster, and the lobster one has these like wheels on its legs so it can roll about, so this adds a lot more mobility to this guy. So without further ado, I will introduce some little aspects of him as we go along building him. Let's get started. So it shows all the different parts that we have and what their numbers are, because without the runner they can't show any numbers like next to the pieces, so we got to go based on these bits. But for most of it we can just eyeball what the parts are because it shows pictures of them all. We're going to need to start building his little base body. To do this, cut this bit open and take out the parts. And these parts are as follows: 2 pieces of number 4, 1 piece of number 7, like this. It is 1 piece of number 2, 1 piece of number 1, 1 piece of number 3, and then a piece of 5 and 6. So to start, we need to get 1, which is like this, meaning that it is this piece, and number 4. 4 attaches into 1, this more translucent part, by going into this front section facing, I believe, yes. Essentially, 4 has these 2 slight pegs, meanwhile 1 has these 2 peg holes here and here. Like, you can't see it very well because it's a translucent golden part. And so by turning it this way, we are able to attach it in. Now, after we do this, we do the same with the other 4 and piece number 3 by attaching it in like so. It fits in quite nicely, I must say. Now, we take piece number 2, and this is actually the dividing part. And from there, we take 3 around this side, I think. Yes, so there's some pegs on this part and peg holes on this part, and they connect together, leaving the outside pegs on. Oh, okay, seems that's not the case. I may be a little bit silly, a smidgen goofy. Let's start with one then. Facing this way, we got to get this part facing this way, so that these three little kind of it's not the easiest to see, but kind of blade-like parts are facing this way, and we attach it in. Ah, I see what I did wrong. I had it too far, like back. It needs to be further down so that it aligns better. As you can see now, it fits along better. I had it like this earlier. So, get it like this. Get it connected in. And the same on the for 3, connecting this bit in. Making sure it's all tight and properly placed in. Now we have this part nice and handled. From here, we take 7, make sure it's in the correct orientation, which is this way, plugs in over like this. And there are some slight outshoots on this circular ridge. You can see, can I get it to be visible? Ah, there we go. See, you can see it there. Slight holes in this part and slide it on. Though it's a bit tough. Oh yes, there's also some slight grippy bits that need to go in the correct way around, or it won't hold in once attached. With that click, it isn't now properly attached. From here, we need to grab 5 and 6 and have it in this orientation so that the open holes are at the top. We take 5, and with it turned like this, we have these 2 pegs at the end here. Slide into the gaps along here. You can see where that blue isn't like covered. The pegs slide in, and the parts of the back attach into a bit. And with that, that's properly attached. Then we grab 6 and we attach it onto the bottom. As you can see, there is a bit where it pokes up that gets covered by 6, which not only covers it, but also adds on one last little bit to the front in order to properly hold it all in place. If I can just get it attached, that is, as it has been somewhat troubling to me. Oh, there we go. Slide it into place correctly, and now that part has been smoothed out, and it is all properly held together. This is where the fun part comes in, as we get our hands on the main launching piece. And also his little front feet. Now this main launching piece has a special little feature. As you can see, spring loaded, so when you push it in, it uses these parts to push out the bottle caps, shoots back thanks to the spring, but it actually has 2 halves. You can obviously push them in together, but by doing this, you can have 2 rounds of bottle caps loaded at once in order to fire more off. So, can't see it too well, but there are some points which it needs to be properly inserted on. And the way that you do this is, I think you actually need to rotate this bottle caps, like screw it on. Yeah, you do. With it properly aligned, with it being slightly vertical from the parts that actually push the caps. Oh yes, I see it now. You can't see it too well, but there's a gap in here where they can just slide in and then twist. So with that, making sure it's properly aligned, we slide and twist. There's a little click to it. I'll see if I can replicate it. I cannot. Okay, but there was a click, and now it pushes down, and you can see in the front, pushes the bits out. So once we get the caps on, we can fire those out. From here, we're building his legs, that being with this part where there's just a big old amalgamation of pieces, which is absolutely lovely. Just making sure that no stickers were to be applied along here. I believe that is this where a sticker was meant to be applied? Yes, okay. So just making properly sure that's yes. So with it facing this way, sticker 8 is to be applied down here. There's a space for it. I just want to make absolutely sure that's where it goes, because otherwise, like, I'll mess it up. Yep, so that's where that sticker is meant to go. So with it facing this way, sticker 7 is applied, which says Dragogina DX, though it glares a lot because of the shine of it and the fact that the light is right above me. Let me get that applied in the correct placement. Angled slightly, so it messed up there. We have it saying Dragogina there, nice and easy. And on the flip side, we have to put the sticker that says Bottleman. And with that, both of those stickers have been applied. And we get to work on the main unit. We can have it little just sitting up right like this, off to the side for now. So, first up, open up this bag and get the pieces out. Then we'll get the related pieces. Moving the head, wing and horns to the side for now, as they are a different gold, shiny gold color compared to the more muted gold of the rest of the body, so it's quite easy to separate them. Although the top of the head is also that muted gold color when compared to the bottom of the head. So we need to grab 9, 10, 11 and 12, which are as follows. 10, 9, 11, and which part is 12? I believe this is 12, so let's put it together and see if I've messed any of it up. We put it together by taking the peg on 11, putting it into the large hole in 12, while they're both facing like this, and that slots in quite nicely. They're properly attached. From here, 11 and 10 slot together through this bit here by simply sliding it on, and 9 facing with the larger side outwards will slide into 10 or into 11 into the outside of it like so, or like, well, if it would like to, it would slide into this part like so. And with that, the legs of Dragogina, or the right legs of Dragogina, have been completed. The feet are applied later. Next up, we get the same parts but mirrored over here. Honestly, less pieces than I was expecting, a lot less work than I was expecting. This part's not needed just yet, it would seem. Now we apply everything the same way, attaching 13 and 15 via that bit. 9 goes into 13 via the same hole, or the second 9, because there's 2 of them. 14, which is the mirror to 11, goes into 13, like so. And this part's not needed right now either. I think that's the neck. Then we take 17 and 16, and 16 has this gap here, that rectangular gap, in which this part of 16 slides into, or 17 slides into, to form the feet, which, due to their width, will add stabilization to Dragogina as he battles. Next up, we grab, oh yes, okay. On Dragogina's front thighs, I guess I would call them, there is a space where sticker 5 and 6 are applied. Just need to figure out how to properly get them on. Ah, yes, okay. So we start off with 5 on the right legs. Which attaches onto this out bit, this outwards bit. That is just poking off of that thigh. It is applied and then wrapped around. Looks slightly off, but this is slightly off. So, I don't get a choice because these stickers tear when peeled off. How lovely. They're 2-layered. So this one will just have to forever be off. I apologize, Risk, for messing that bit up. So now there's some blue and gold on the right thigh. And then the other side, 6, is applied. And with that, both legs have the stickers completed. And we are on to the rest of the body. This starts off with us looking at a lot of stickers being applied to the top half of the head, with 3 and 4 being the eyes, and they are applied to the left and right eye respectively. Well, actually inverse respectively, because 3 is applied to the right eye while 4 is applied to the left eye. Is inverse respectively like a thing? If not, I'm making it a thing, and English nerds can cope and seethe, I guess. And then over the eyebrows, 1 and 2 are applied. This means that... Oh man, I had the headpiece upside down. I thought it was this way around, so it's this way around. So 1 is applied to the right side and is attached into this little, there's like a space underneath the eye where it fits snugly into, like molded into the shape. To apply Dragogina's right eyebrow. Put it a little bit too high and messed it up, but I'm going to try to take it off and be very gentle with it, but I don't trust these stickers anymore. They break really easily, so you know what, I'm not going to risk it. I'm going to just try to apply the next one correctly into the correct space, because I really don't want to take the risk of breaking one of the stickers. This one got applied correctly at least, so you can see right one's a little high up. The left one on this side is nice, like along the path it's meant to be. Meanwhile, right is a little bit too high for it. But that's honestly like not too bad. Definitely not the worst mistake I've ever made looking into all my past Gundam builds. So now we take the bottom of Dragogina's head and the top, and using the 3 holes and 3 pegs, apply it on, and we get Dragogina's head properly attached. From here, we grab Dragogina's 2 horns, which dragons with like horns that just point towards the front, like Dragogina here. Some of my favorite dragon designs because they just look so cool with like those front facing horns, and I don't see them being used enough in media. It's always horns poking up, never like around to the side and then to the front like a bull's where it just rams. It's so cool and honestly massively underutilized. From here we take 22 and 23, which are these neck parts here, and when attaching them via their pegs and holes, we have to put it around this rectangular outcrop from the, I guess, the chin of Dragogina's head. So with that, it's not shown very well. I believe, yes, okay. Would that be it? Give me a moment while I attempt to figure... yes, okay. When put together, these two make the proper shape. Apply this one over. Oh, yes, and has other bits that slide into the correct placement when put around the chin like this. Slide the other one into place. There's a little clip bit that goes on here, so it'll be a little bit tight when building it, but not to worry, as that's how it's meant to be. So the chin, one of the horns fell off. As you can see, there's just an empty space for that chin. It slides in there. So there's one half applied, and the second half where like that back clip is going to cause problems, and then there's the pegs. Honestly, a lot of stuff to hold this neck together. Seeing how vital this neck is, I would say that's fair enough. Though it is a pain and will shoot itself off a bunch. So this is going to take a couple of tries. I apologize for that. But by applying it properly, oh yeah, there we go. Got it all properly done. Slide them all in. Put that horn back on and make sure it's nice and properly all in there. And with that, we've finished Dragogina's head. Other than, as you've probably noticed, a sizable gap. The reason for that is, seeing as all of them are based off different bottles, they all have a bottle cap. This one, stylized dragon bottle cap with the Dragogina DX written on it. And stylized like that, it is slid into place. There are two hooks on the back, which, when it is slid in properly, hook into the bottle cap. And with that, Dragogina's head, as far as I am aware, is complete. The final thing that we need to put together are the wings. So for that, we are going to need the relevant parts. That being, well, actually I've got to figure them out because I've put them all together now. 25 is this one, 28 is that one. Then we have 26 and 7 facing this way, and the outer crops of the wings, 4 and 9. So we'll do this wing first, simply by putting these two parts of the wings, which connect through these gap and plug sort of bit, through this. The two click together when properly applied. Oh, they don't click, they just tough slide. And then these little hook hole bits on this part go into the two hooks, like on the two sides of this. And by doing that, we get a very interesting system which Dragogina has, which I will show off as soon as I have these properly applied. And I believe I may have messed up somewhere. No, it looks like it's meant to be applying. Nothing seems like wrong with it. Oh wait, oh okay, yeah, no, I have it the wrong way around. Had them backwards. This side has a slight kind of like Tetris T-block shape, while this hole has a Tetris T-block shape, and so it makes sure it's like locked in on the correct side and stuff. So I have to turn that around. Click that one in, that one's nice and connected, and now with that one still clicked in. Yep, oh no. When one goes in, the other comes out a lot. That is something I've noticed. And now, both sides are properly clicked in, and we've completed one of Dragogina's wings. Now, the reason these wings are so special is the bottle caps. Of course, the bottle caps do come with the set, but you can also use your own bottle caps, like from bottles at home. That's kind of the point of this whole thing, to save bottle caps, as mixed plastics can't go in with the regular bottles, which is a single type of plastic. So essentially, the bottle caps are able to use the wings to slide directly into the main body of Dragogina, which fires out bottle caps. So now we mirror the process. Slide that in. Take the bit that's meant for getting some extra grip on the bottle caps when putting them in, and make sure that it is facing the correct side. That is twice I have put it on the wrong side now. Just looking at the instruction manual, I can't, there's 4 stickers, 9, 10, 11, 12, which I do not know where they would go. So that is both wings completed. One of the things is that the Bottlemen, when not in their combat mode and whatnot, we're not having like their main body unit in, have just like a mode where they're more animalistic. So the scorpion dude becomes a literal scorpion, the bird ones become birds. Dragogina's wings go the other way, facing upwards now, or like it's normally they're like this, having the more upwards curve, and so they become more like a dragon's wings curved upwards. I'm going to have another quick look over because I cannot see where stickers 9, 10, 11, and 12 go. And honestly, it is a little concerning that some of the stickers are just unaccounted for. Oh, they go on the feet. Okay. So when you get the feet back over, wait. Yeah, okay. So they go right before the claws. There are these bits that have that shape to them. They go over that apparently. I'm just going to have one last little check over, make sure. Yep, that's how they're meant to go. So, with it facing this way, we have 9, 10, 11, and 12. So we'll start off with grabbing 9 for the back legs. And it faces... Ah, yes, okay. It would be a bit difficult to show on stream, but you'll be able to see it once the sticker is properly applied. There, nope. A little bit further up first. There we go, that's the first sticker properly applied. As you can see, there's a little outcropped bit that's like on the same level so that you can make sure that it's all applied properly. From here, we'll get 11, which goes on the other back foot, as we'll just do the back feet first, as they're easier to complete. And we'll apply it to that larger bit first, as that's easier to line up properly. And lining that up means that the whole thing will line up correctly. And with that lined up correctly, we can easily apply the rest of the sticker, press it down so it's on properly, and the back leg stickers have been done. As you can see, there is now a darker blue part. Just need to press down sticker number 9. And now we will do 10, which goes on the front foot on the right side. And seeing as there's no easier way to find how it attaches, attaching the middle section will be the easiest way. I can show you what that middle section looks like in a moment. Because of bad lighting and whatnot, I can't show you it as right now, but when it's like a different color, it'll become easier to display. Essentially, that middle section has 2 little gaps in it and one like peak bit, and I can align the stickers with those in order to make sure it's all in the correct placement. From here, we grab sticker number 12, which is the last sticker. Make sure it is properly applied to that center point. And align this part here. And with that, the front stickers have been applied, and all of the stickers have been applied to Dragogina. With this, there is only one step left, or 2 steps. First, cut out the other 2 bottle caps. And that means we have all 4 bottle caps, and I will show you something very special in a moment. The second is show off what that thing is. With this, you may have noticed it, but it's longer than the average Bottleman's thing. That is because each side of him takes 2 bottle caps each. And as you can see, these front blue bits hold the caps in. So not only do you get to shoot out 2 separate sets of caps, it's 2 caps on each side, thus resulting in being able to fire out 4 caps at once, or 2 sets of 2. And I will show off firing them in a moment, but once I have better grip. the point of the way that I get grip is by applying the rest of the Bottleman's parts. And I do this by taking the two legs, and you can see, I believe, yes, okay. There are this bit and this bit which poke up slightly, which slide into this gap here on him. By doing this, and having some other parts that also slide in, the left legs are properly applied. Do the same on the other side to fully apply the right legs. Nice click there to make sure it's all good and proper. From there, there are nubs or little bits sticking out from the bottom of the feet, which plug into Dragogina's feet. You apply them like so, having them click in nice and properly. What I've noticed is that the legs have the outer normal points, which I can't show it very well, but this leg actually has a flat bit which lines up with the spiked bit of here, so it just continues on smoothly. But they also have inner points which Dragogina can't connect to. This is so that they can be put onto other Bottleman, as they're pretty good for grip. Now, we take Dragogina's head, and using the lines in there, we slide it onto this little up bit prong, which was made using part number 5. I believe it attaches. It just says have it at this sort of angle, and then, oh yes, I see what needs to happen now. Actually, I don't think I know what's meant to happen here. I may be a little bit silly. Oh, okay. Those parts aren't actually meant to be used. That's left open. It's this lower prong slots into the hole that's just above this bigger hole. I'm presuming that those extra spaces are meant for something else, though I'm not sure what it is that they are meant for. So, getting that properly clipped in, bit of a pain, but it can be done. Yeah, that's definitely how it's meant to attach. It's just a bit tough to do. I really don't want to force it just in case I'm wrong and break it forever. As it appears, I was wrong. It's meant to attach into that bottom hole that I said it was meant to attach above. Or it's actually meant to attach below it. There's a little space for it. That means that the entire thing attaches in with a nice click. Make sure that the horns are properly in, because they're a little loose, they're not exactly tight in there. And the head, with a little bit of wiggle, is properly applied. And as you may have noticed, the horns actually curve around and line up with where the bottle caps come out of. This is because you can aim the horns at what you're firing towards, and then just fire based on the tips of the horns to know where you're shooting. And to finish this build off, we take these little plug parts from the wings, slide them into these little slide bits on Dragogina's body, of course, facing the other way around, as to become, now I'm a little confused. It's meant to go on like this, what? It is meant, so it's meant to go on like this, and kind of like roll in. Oh, okay, I see what I've done wrong. These shoulders are meant for like adding other parts on, and presumably these little bits of the shoulders are too. Like these little outcrop bits, 9. The wings plug into these spaces in here in the main body, covering up some gaps. Oh, and they line up with other bits as well. So, with those clicking in. Oh wow, it just fell apart when I tried to do that one. Properly apply that in, and then put this one back in. So these shoulder bits are meant for when it's in its non-dragon mode, you can just plug it into the shoulders and then it sticks up like this. So it looks like it's flapping its wing. Plug this second one in. And I believe that is... Yep, that's properly plugged in there, nice and tight. And with this, I believe that it is the final step of building Dragogina. And of course, if you do not wish to have that middle body part in there for firing, and you just wish to have Dragogina on his own, you are able to plug him into some gaps on his, like the trigger bits, in order to build him so that he looks like this, and then the bottle is separate. Of course, by taking off the top halves of the wings, which means these parts that help hold the caps in aren't carried, you can clip these parts together. As you can see, this one has 2 clips, meanwhile this has the 2 spaces for them, and it can be attached over a different Bottleman that has this vertical style. Most fire them horizontally. From here, all you need to do to reload him is put the bottle cap in his wings as they are carried in. I don't have other bottle caps, but it would show that you can carry some others. From here, you're able to grip either his wings if you are a lunatic and wish to be put in an insane asylum, as you can barely reach the triggers. I'll show you a bit better here. Just like barely reach them. Or by using these 2 little outcropped bits on his back legs, you're able to get a decent enough grip, though somewhat slidey, as he's not meant for the best control, so him having very good grips wouldn't make much sense. And then you can simply push in on a trigger to fire, like so. Oh, it takes a bit of effort, and I really don't want to push it too hard since I'm firing towards my computer. Let's just fire like off to the side with him nice and properly down, and okay, this is getting a bit annoying. What sort of grip are we meant to be using with this guy? Oh, okay, so we're meant to kind of grip him a bit more. So instead of it like this, we're meant to grip him, putting our fingers on those little thigh outfit props. And then we just fire. Although not both of them went out that time. That's lovely. And the other one, fire. That second one over there didn't go out either. When they're just on their own, they cannot fire out, so you kind of got to roll them out, plop them in, full force, bam! Oh yeah, that fired out both of them. So, that's honestly, not the best grip, and I'm not sure what some of these parts are meant for, like those 2 lines. I know these are actually for the lobster. They slide. Oh, wait, no, these I don't know what they're for, but the lobster attaches over 7, which is put in the front. So you take these bits off and you put the lobster's feet on, and that adds the wheels. And then these bits have the lobster's claws and arms like come down over it. And then you have those nice and applied. Other than that, I would have to say decent enough grip. So, like, I honestly wasn't expecting the grip to be so well. Pretty tight to fire. with the 2 caps in there, but a lot of power in it. Definitely going to have some fun playing with this one. Very nice design. I always love a good golden dragon, and this one has exceeded my expectations. When I saw it, I honestly did not expect it to be this good looking. It has thoroughly impressed me. And overall, its rapid fire is pretty good as well. Accuracy, I would have to test a bit more. The parts are very good. Being able to take off the top of the wings quite easily and then put them together, making sure that all the parts are properly lined up, like so. And one of the caps is just here, so then these 2 bits can clip into one of the parts of the Bottleman, and you just drop it in through the top. Honestly, one of the few like clips that works for vertical Bottleman, because not many of them do. Got a nice little wing design on its own before being plugged into the main one, and then that just reduces it to only being able to hold one. But that's not a problem at all. Very good looking, very good build. Like, it honestly took me less time than I was expecting, and it's very pretty. I would give this Bottleman an easy 8 out of 10. With the lobster parts, it would instantly become a 10 out of 10 because of that upgrade, giving it the ability to roll instead of slide. And yeah, very much, I would say this is probably my favourite of the Bottleman line. So this has been just me building and reviewing Dragogina DX, and I will see you in the next stream, where we will be building the 00 Razor mini kit, which is going to be fun. I got that in 7-Eleven while I was in Singapore. So hopefully do that tomorrow. I might not be able to stream Sunday. That depends on some other factors, as I have some things coming up, and I most likely won't have the time to do that and everything else, and I have to put the other things like high priority. So that's been the stream for today. So thanks for coming round, and see you next time.